Breaking news for Social Security beneficiaries across America: life-changing financial support is on its way, as an unprecedented $2,600 monthly direct deposit program has just been approved for Social Security recipients. Are you living in one of the first 14 states scheduled to receive these substantial payments? This could completely transform your financial situation, starting as early as next month. The rollout schedule has been confirmed, and you need to know if you're among the first wave of recipients who will see this dramatic increase in your monthly benefits. Before we dive into all the critical details about this game-changing development, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell right now so you never miss any of our breaking updates about your Social Security benefits. Our community helps hundreds of thousands of beneficiaries just like you stay informed about changes that could put thousands of extra dollars in your pocket each year. This is truly a historic moment for Social Security beneficiaries. After years of advocates pushing for more substantial support for seniors and disabled Americans facing rising costs, a supplemental payment program has finally been approved that will provide eligible recipients with additional monthly deposits of up to $2,600. This program represents the most significant expansion of Social Security support in decades and comes in direct response to the crushing financial pressures that so many beneficiaries have been experiencing in recent years. The fundamental challenge that led to this development has been painfully obvious to anyone receiving benefits: the standard cost of living adjustments simply haven't kept pace with the real-world increases in housing, health care, groceries, and utilities that consume the majority of a fixed income. Many of you have been sharing your stories with me for months about having to choose between medications and meals, or between paying rent and keeping the lights on. These heart-wrenching decisions that no one should have to make, have finally prompted meaningful action. You might be wondering exactly how this new program works and who qualifies. Unlike previous temporary stimulus measures, this supplemental payment structure is being implemented as an ongoing monthly deposit program, specifically targeting Social Security recipients facing the highest cost of living challenges. The base qualification starts with current enrollment in any Social Security program, including retirement, SSDI, or SSI benefits. However, the full $2,600 monthly supplement is subject to additional qualifying factors, including your current benefit amount, household size, geographic location, and specific cost of living metrics in your region. What's particularly noteworthy about this program is its regional implementation approach. Rather than launching nationwide simultaneously, officials have wisely opted for a phased rollout, beginning with the 14 states where beneficiaries face the highest documented cost of living pressures relative to their average benefit payments. This strategic approach allows for system testing and refinement before expanding to additional states in subsequent phases. Are you anxious to know if your state is included in this crucial first wave? I'll be revealing the complete list of states in just a moment. The first payments under this new program are scheduled to begin appearing in accounts on June 15 for beneficiaries in the initial 14 states. The supplemental deposits will arrive separately from your regular monthly benefits and will be clearly identified as SSA sub-payment in your banking records. For those receiving paper checks rather than direct deposits, the supplemental payments will continue to arrive via mail but will be distributed approximately 5 to 7 days after the direct deposit dates. Have you checked your MySA account online recently? That's where you'll find personalized information about your eligibility and expected payment dates as they become available. Now, for the information so many of you have been waiting for: which states are included in the first phase of this rollout? The initial 14 states approved to receive these supplemental payments are California, New York, Massachusetts, Hawaii, Alaska, New Jersey, Maryland, Connecticut, Washington, Oregon, Illinois, Colorado, Nevada, and Rhode Island. These states were selected based on a comprehensive analysis of regional cost of living data, housing expenses, healthcare costs, and the documented gap between average benefit amounts and actual survival needs in these areas. If your state isn't on this initial list, don't worry, I'll explain the timeline for additional states later in this video. For those fortunate enough to be in these first 14 states, you're probably wondering exactly what determines your specific supplement amount. While the maximum supplement is $2,600 monthly, the actual amount each beneficiary receives will be calculated using a sliding scale based on several factors. Your current benefit amount serves as the baseline, with those receiving lower benefits generally qualifying for higher supplemental amounts. Additional factors, including your documented housing costs, healthcare expenses, utility costs, and household size, will be considered in the final calculation. The fundamental goal is ensuring that no Social Security recipient falls below the actual cost of living in their specific region. Many viewers have been asking whether these supplemental payments will affect eligibility for other assistance programs like SNAP, Medicaid, Medicare savings programs, or housing subsidies. This is such a critical question, since many beneficiaries carefully balance multiple benefits to make ends meet. The excellent news is that these supplemental payments have been specifically designated as excluded income for the purpose of determining eligibility for other federal assistance programs. This means receiving these supplements should not reduce or eliminate your other benefits, a thoughtful protection that ensures these payments truly improve your financial situation, rather than simply shifting resources. For beneficiaries in states not included in the initial rollout, I know you're eager to learn when you might see similar support. The current implementation schedule includes 3 additional phases. Phase 2 will begin approximately 3 months after the initial rollout and will include an additional 12 states. Phase 3 will follow 3 months later with 13 more states. The final phase will incorporate the remaining states and territories approximately 1 year from the initial launch. While this gradual approach may be frustrating for those in later phases, it allows for system optimization and adjustment based on real-world implementation experience. Are you wondering about the long-term sustainability of this program? That's a reasonable concern, given past experiences with temporary benefit increases. According to official statements, this supplemental payment structure has been funded through a dedicated allocation specifically designated for addressing the gap between traditional benefits and actual living costs. For those recipients who have representative payees managing their benefits, the standard rules will apply to these supplemental payments as well. The representative payee will receive the additional funds and must use them for your current needs or save them appropriately for your future use. The substantial increase in monthly support may warrant a conversation with your representative payee about adjusting your budget and financial priorities to make the most effective use of these additional resources. Many viewers living in senior housing communities or assisted living facilities have asked whether these facilities can claim a portion of these supplemental payments through increased rent or fees. This is an important concern, and the answer depends on your specific housing arrangement. If you live in subsidized housing where rent is calculated as a percentage of your income, these supplements may indeed affect your rent calculation. However, if you have a fixed-rate private rental agreement, the facility cannot arbitrarily increase your rent outside of normal lease renewal periods. If you experience any concerning changes to your housing costs following these payments, contact your local legal aid office for assistance. What about Medicare premiums? Will these supplemental payments affect what you pay for Medicare Part B or Part D? For most beneficiaries, there should be no immediate impact on your Medicare premiums. The income thresholds for Medicare's Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amounts, IRMAA, are based on your tax returns from previous years. However, if these supplements substantially increase your annual income, you might see premium adjustments in future years. Those enrolled in Medicare savings programs should see no changes to their premium assistance due to the exclusion of these supplements from eligibility calculations. I've been receiving questions about whether there will be an application process for these supplemental payments. For the vast majority of eligible recipients, no application will be necessary. The Social Security Administration will use existing information in their systems to identify qualifying beneficiaries and calculate appropriate supplement amounts. In some cases, they may request additional information to confirm specific cost factors in your situation. If any action is required on your part, you'll receive an official notice by mail with clear instructions. These notices will begin arriving approximately 30 days before your state's scheduled implementation date. Many of you are likely wondering how best to use this substantial increase in monthly support. While everyone's situation is different, financial advisors are suggesting several priorities. First, addressing any immediate health and safety needs that have been deferred due to insufficient funds. Second, eliminating high-interest debt that may be draining your limited resources. Third, establishing an emergency fund if you don't already have one. And finally, making quality-of-life improvements that enhance your daily well-being and independence. Have you been postponing necessary home modifications, dental work, or hearing aids? These supplements could finally make such important investments possible. For those concerned about asset limits for programs like SSI or Medicaid, it's important to understand how these additional funds might affect your resource calculations. While the monthly payments themselves won't count against program eligibility, accumulated savings from these supplements would eventually count toward resource limits if not spent. For those subject to strict asset limitations, thoughtful planning about how to utilize these funds for allowed expenses or qualified exempt resources will be essential to maintaining eligibility for all your benefits. I know this news will bring significant hope and relief to so many of you who have been struggling to make ends meet on your current benefits. As always, I'm committed to bringing you the most accurate and timely information as this program develops. If you found value in today's update, please take a moment to like this video and share it with others who might benefit from this critical information. Your support helps our channel reach more people who need this information to secure all the benefits they deserve. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell. I'll be posting regular updates as more specific information becomes available about payment calculations, rollout schedules for additional states, and success stories from early recipients. In fact, I'm planning a special live stream on June 15th to track the first wave of supplements and answer questions in real time as they begin appearing in accounts. You definitely don't want to miss that. Have questions about how this program might affect your specific situation? Drop a comment below, and I'll do my best to address your concerns in upcoming videos. Together, our community can help ensure everyone gets the information and support they need during this exciting transition to more adequate benefit levels. Until next time, this is Channel Name, reminding you to stay informed, stay proactive, and know your rights as a Social Security beneficiary. The financial support you've been waiting for is finally on its way.